Another draw. We can create a masterpiece in the Louvre with the amount of draws we have. My
IKEA FC. IKEA FC. IKEA FC. IKEA FC, because we love a draw. Yeah, we love a draw.
Let's make a chest of drawers.
Charity Professional Football Club has struck like Nippencron. I warned you like it would happen, but nobody believed me. Nobody believed me. I even cut a promo to prove how serious I was.
That's going to be uploaded permanently to the channel soon. You watch the stage. What a promo that is.
But in fairness, gents, if you'd have said to me 4 points from 6 the next 2 games before we played Watford, I would have bitten your hand off. And the thing is, for me, I said, if we beat Watford and draw with Burnley, I won't be pissed. If we draw with Watford and beat Burnley, I'll be a little bit more pissed because I want to beat a Roy Hodgson team to prove that as much as Roy did well for us, we needed to move on from him. However, yes, it's frustrating to drop points. We all know that. But before we do the review, we do have to mention that we stand with Ukraine. Obviously, everything going on over there is really heartbreaking to see because, as we all know, the world's in a bit of a madness right now. Russia's acting mad. But yeah, listen, with everything that's going on, everybody just show love to the people that are around you because, you know, this is crazy.
Well, Palace paid a tribute to the
Ukraine
people by having "We Stand with Ukraine" on the scoreboard the whole match today, and during the walkout, this was being played. I'm not sure if this is coming Well, yeah, I thought that was quite a nice touch for us to put out there, and it was subtle, but I think it was done correctly. It wasn't forced in our face, but it was there and it was present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can see the reaction from the crowd immediately. Everyone just applauded. You know, obviously,
home fans, away fans.
Yeah, just obviously thoughts and prayers to those who are unfortunately suffering out there at this current moment in time.
For real. Football comes second to any of this when stuff like this is going on, you know. So look, as much as we know we love football and everything, stuff like this, you just say, do you know what? Sod the result. Let's just stand with these people going through an absolute horrible time right now because it's heartbreaking because for the first time in many of our lives, this is a potential threat of World War III. And, you know, you'd think the human race would learn from the previous 2 world wars that, you know, a big man telling you, I can fix everything. It didn't work the first time, nor the second time. So, but look, obviously with the Ukrainian people, everyone here on EEF, everyone in the community, everyone in the world is standing with them right now. And yeah, hopefully this matter gets resolved because we don't want no more lives dying, no more people getting put out their homes, no more families getting torn apart, and nobody living in fear because, let's be honest, we shouldn't be living in fear in 2022. But here we are. We're all kind of watching over ourselves a bit nervously more than we should be.
No, spot on. So yeah, as we said, as the EEF family, thoughts of those from Ukraine and stuff. And yeah, hopefully even the supporting countries that may eventually get involved, hopefully we make the right choices too. You know, and we're all, I guess, what I'm saying is that we're hoping that peace prevails. You know, that's the most important thing from this. Peace needs to prevail from this. You know, hopefully there's not a look. We already know there's egos out there. This is for an ego trip. We just need the best peaceful resolution as possible. You know, so yeah. JC. Why do we love drawing games?
Listen, we're drawing so many games, we could fill up a sketch pad, mate. It's mad. It's either lapses of concentration, which we've seen today, or it's late goals, or it's stupid goals with own goals and bad mistakes, and this and that and that and this. Listen, we are culpable for all these goals because all these goals all happen from our own mistakes. And I think that that's one thing which we need to make very clear to people that also support Palace. And I think that it's a harsh reality, but I think that most of the games we've drawn, we should have won. We were the reason why we didn't win that game. We made the mistake and then paid for it. For example, the Seaweed game, we made a mistake and paid for it, the one at home. Arsenal game, we made another mistake and made another defensive error and we paid for it. It's getting to the point where we're playing really well and we're playing as if we should be winning these games, but we have to look at ourselves because we're not finishing it off. We finished off Watford, and that's how we need to. That's the mentality we need to go into these matches with.
Well, spot on. It's a difficult one because at the start of the week we would have taken 4 points. You know,
I still take 4 points.
Yeah, I agree. But I think once again, like just touching on what you said, it's the manner.
Oh yeah.
Because it's when I look at it.
Have we been outplayed by these teams?
No,
I wouldn't say
I
so.
don't even recall a Burnley chance. I mean, the first couple minutes they were swinging crosses in like constantly, but then after that, I was just thinking to myself, what actual chance did they have? Oh, actually, there was a header in the second half. I don't know who headed it, but Butler made a good save. And
that was from a corner, though. That was a set piece.
You know, that was the only real opportunity that I would have said, actually, you know what, Burnley should have scored there.
So I've pulled up the stats. 58% possession in our favour to 42. We had 11 shots. They had 5. We had 5 corners. They had 4. We had 17 free kicks. They had 5. We committed 5 fouls. They committed 19 fouls. They got 2 yellow cards. And they had 1 shot on target.
That says it all then, you know.
The stats show a game we dominated. However, the eye test definitely says we dominated first half, just fell apart second half.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and this is why I always say stats have to be used like with context.
Yeah.
The stats have to be used with context because like everyone seeing those stats are going to be thinking, oh my gosh, Palace outplayed them. Well, first off, yeah. Second off, not much happened. You know, and it wasn't even like Burnley were outplaying us. They were just, I think they just pressed us a bit more.
They did the job that needed to be done.
Yeah.
They saw that they could overrun the midfield if they tried. And then when they started putting a bit more effort in, they did exactly that. They started overrunning our midfield and doing what needs to be done. They pressed up high, defended from the front, got their goal, and did what Burnley do. They get a point.
Yeah, spot on.
They disrupt our play and shit house their way through, as Dan from Turf Moor House TV would say.
Big up, Dan. Big up, Dan, as always.
Sorry, I had to answer. That was my dad on the phone. I had to just check in with him.
No, for real. You all good?
Well, he had what I was told by the paramedics was obviously just to keep me calm and that, but he's okay. He's had some stints put in, so he's in hospital for a few days. So to those of you who aren't aware, my father had a heart attack earlier today. So if it seems like I'm a bit out, I'm not my normal self. That's probably why. So just let people know. Just put some prayers in the chat for my dad, please. I'd really appreciate it. But yes, he's okay. He had the surgery. He's okay. All good. Just I've got to keep a close eye on him until he's released from hospital. He's not far away from me, but I can't visit him because of this annoying C-word virus bullshit. So yeah, but thankfully he is okay. That's the main thing. And I'm here to talk about the game now because I need this distraction before I go out for a few drinks tonight.
No, we will send loving prayers to Pops. 100%.
Yeah, for real. So sorry, where were you? Because I was on the phone, so I do apologize for jumping out so quickly.
No, it's all good. We're just literally just talking about draw FC and stuff. And stats, because the stats look good reading for us, and it tells people that we dominated. But it wasn't really like that.
It was a first half domination, but the second half they just seemed to equalise the stats up a bit more.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks how it does, because second half was completely dead from us, and the stats don't really show that, unfortunately.
I knew that is a quality thumbnail.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like that one.
Big up to Niall. Do you know what? If you take first half in isolation, right? You're looking at it and saying, "Holy crap! We actually turned up in the first half and scored in the first half." You know,
the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm saying though. Normally it's like, goal, Burnley take the lead. Oh, there we go. Charity Professional Football Club has already entered the chat. No, today it was, wait a minute, we've scored first. Ooh, this is new. But then there's a few chances that went begging. You're like, oh, yeah, I knew it was too good to be true. But look, the stats can always tell you how great your team played. But if you don't pour the ball in the net more than your opponents do, you tend to come away either empty-handed or you leave with only 1 point. Now, look, as I said before we went live, if you'd have offered me 4 points from these two games, I would have snapped your hand off, especially with the way we played on Wednesday night, was it, Watford?
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Yeah. So, don't get me wrong, with all due respect to Burnley, we're all looking at Burnley and saying, how have we only taken 2 from 6 against them? Because the first game, I think we fell asleep at too many crucial points in that 3-3 draw. So we do have to look at that and go, we were kind of the masters of our own downfall on that one. Today, again, lack of finishing. Did we leave our finishing at Vicarage Road by any chance? Because if we did, we've got to go run and go back and get it. Because the next couple of games aren't make or break per se, but we're only 3 points off the seaweed, despite this chasm of a gap they've been bleating on about for God knows how long. It's like, how's that gap looking now, lads? How's it looking now, yeah? Don't look that big now, innit?
Yeah, our points are ticking up slowly, and they're getting corned. And also, there's a guy at work, and he's one of them. He's a fan of them, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to him on Friday, and if you look at their running until the end of the season, 8 of their last 12 games are against top 8 sides.
Whereas we've only got what? Leicester away, Arsenal at home, and United at home, Man City at home.
We've got 6, they've got 8. So this is our chance to catch them up and maybe actually finish above them again this year. I still don't think it will happen, but it's a possibility now.
You know what makes me laugh? They've been having their best seasons that they've been in the Prem, and look how quick they're dropping off.
And we would say we're not picking up enough points and drawing too much. And
True,
we're not far behind them.
But look, this is a transition season, so as much as everybody's trying to lose their mind over everything about, oh, we're drawing too many games, we're shit, we're getting relegated, we're playing Millwall next year, X, Y, Z, red, I keep saying, you do realize you don't just become a great football team overnight. It takes a little bit of transition and a few somewhat suspect results. Like, let's be honest, drawing with these man home and away, right? Burnley, not ideal, but did we lose? No. Under previous managers, excluding Hodgson, we would have lost. Because even when we've beaten Sean Dyche with Pardew's team or Allardyce's team, it was like, but like it was 25. It was like dead food football on both accounts. They played crap, we played crap. Whereas now we're going into games confident. but we're not expectant. We're just expecting that we're going to put in a good performance and maybe get a result. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not overly thrilled that we drew today, but I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, that's such a shit result." It's like, "What, Nathan? We didn't lose."
Yeah.
How many times have how many times have we gone away from games going, "How the fuck did we lose that?" Or how the F did we not get points from that? Whereas now we're thinking, do you know what? A couple of additions in key areas of the pitch, and next season we could be vicious in terms of our finishing. And obviously, Rich did a video earlier this morning where Edward said he's missed some chances that he really should be burying. At least the players are seeing the drop or the levels that we're trying to climb to. Because Mateo, Benteke, Edward, all on the bench today. That was kind of strange. But Vieira's trying to do something different. How many times did we see the copy and paste lineups of previous managers, not even giving it to Roy? But you go to Allardyce, it was the exact same 11 if we got pumped 4-0 by Sunderland or 5-0 by Man City. And we're all asking him, change the system, use your brain. Shout out to AFTV for that one. If you know, you know.
Oh, that is a... Oh, man, big up Kelechi.
Yeah.
Big up Kelechi every single time.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Look, obviously...
Me and Rich were joking about that earlier.
Yeah. Obviously, look...
when Arsenal comes to sell us, me and Rich go over there, we bring our portable speaker. Get the goosebumps.
Look, at face value, right? Drawing at home to Burnley, we're drawing both games to Burnley. Not ideal, not a good result, and it doesn't really fill you with that. Okay, we're going somewhere. But if you look at it, it's another. We're only 10 points off supposed safety, and the 40 mark is not the safety mark, in my opinion. We win 3 games out of our remaining fixtures.
30, honestly, 33 keeps us up this year.
Maybe so, but you know what I'm saying. Even if we win 3 more games this season, we'll get to 39. That's more than enough.
Oh yeah, we got relegated at 49 points 1 year.
Yeah, but that was way back. And look, the team that relegated us are touching National League football next season. So it's kind of funny how these things come kind of full circle. Obviously, I don't wish it on Oldham, with all due respect, because they just got lucky. They took their chances. We didn't. We got relegated. But look, am I happy we drew at Burnley? Not really. Am I shocked? Not really. Would I be worried if we had kind of lost? You're damn right I would have been worried. But listen, we took 4 points from the last 2 games. I remember saying to people, if we don't beat Burnley, but we beat Watford, don't come crying on here and talk about, oh, we're getting relegated. If that's the case, bugger off to Chelsea and Liverpool and these, man. Because we don't do this here with the team 1 week and pissing about them the next. Disappointment has to happen if you're going to progress as a football team. You think Patrick Vieira's happy with a draw today? He wouldn't be happy with that. The man's a winner. Exactly. Most of our dressing room.
He already said he's not happy.
Do you know that? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Our manager, we're expecting to win these games at home now. Under Allardyce, Pardew, Hodgson, De Boer, even go far back as Ian Holloway at home. Oh yeah, we're not getting anything at Selhurst. Now we're confident playing at home, and we've only lost 4 times at home this season. How many times can people say that as a club like Crystal Palace?
That's unheard of.
That's a big improvement.
Do you know what I mean?
Also,
So look,
our main aim with Vieira coming in this year was just staying in the Premier League as well, and he's revolutionised our whole playing style with 1 pre-season, and it takes managers of the top 6 side a whole season to do it.
That's a shout,
and let's not forget, he came in late. We were all stressing because we didn't have a manager in like mid-August, September. We were thinking, what is happening? And he's still managed to change those players, bring in a whole bunch of new players, and change the whole ideology of the club, really.
and look, let's be honest.
In a very short space of time. I think he's done an amazing job already.
We must remember, we didn't lose to Stone Cold Sean Austin today. We weren't hit with a Stone Cold stunner. Yeah.
You didn't lose to Exterminate FC.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what,
right?
Nate? That is a great point, because you know what, the lineup came up, and I'm sure we were all thinking, huh?
Yeah, why it's
The thing is, though, with that lineup,
as well. Yeah.
with that lineup, if we pulled it off, we wouldn't be talking about it.
No one will be talking about it. You know what I mean? It was almost a masterstroke, and this is why I think it was almost a masterstroke. I'm sorry about the background.
I think it was tactically brilliant as well, but I'll say that after you finish your piece.
This is what I think he wanted to do. there was no way we were going to go into a long ball competition with them and such. And anything up to the strikers where it's hold up play, Ben, me, and Tarkovsky, that's their bread and butter. So what we did instead, we played around them. First half, the fullbacks were struggling, completely struggling, you know, because we played around them. The only difference was Burnley made that tactical change in the sense of like they pressed a bit quicker because they were just sitting off us.
There were a lot more balls over our defence in that, especially for the equaliser. We couldn't deal with it.
Back to forward, front quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, which didn't allow us to set. So, if in fairness to PV, yeah, it sounded mad that we had no striker, but it was working.
In the first half, yeah.
It was
pretty much working. It was. We were over Burnley. They didn't get a sniff.
A sniff. That only got a second, I think it set us back.
Yeah, it did.
And when I look back at the Mateta sub, I don't know if that actually helped because once again we started playing like Burnley.
Yeah,
we just started looking long balls up, hoping that Mateta would hold it up. It was
a little bit desperate from us. Remember under Roy when we were losing games, he would bring like Batshuayi and Benteke on at the same time. It's just like, well, I mean, all you want to do is just lob the ball up. There's no like ambition, no sort of tactic. It's just like desperate, and it's just not good enough really for a Premiership team.
The only joy we got, getting it to Elise or Saha. Them two today were cooking. You know, it's just a shame that they couldn't finish their dinner. And there was a few times, especially in the second half, we were getting in behind them, and we didn't. The cross just wasn't good enough.
You know? This season, from set pieces, our deliveries from corners, from free kicks, has been atrocious in my opinion. It's not been consistent and good enough at all, man. We've got to really work on that between now and the end of the season, especially for the start of next season. If we stay out, which I definitely think we will anyway. To be fair,
yeah. And you know what's mad? The one area that we were all concerned about, we dealt with it very well. Very well.
Yeah. So, there was one corner where the ball actually bounced on the penalty spot, and then Elise points it out. But I was thinking, that is dodgy. I thought after the first corner, our matchups were horrible. I saw Gallagher on Weghorst. I was like, oh no,
what was that about?
Gonna happen.
Blimey.
And then the next corner was sharp. I was thinking, oh, please just sort it out. I can't.
I think Anderson should be on him. He's the tallest guy in the team.
Anderson and Gabe are both on Ben, me, and Tarski. So who else is big in our team? We ain't got another big guy.
Yeah, true. That is true.
That's basically putting Mufasa against Scrappy Doo. It's going to be very over very quickly.
Oh man. Carrying on.
Let me at him!
Yeah, catching on to what Rich said. I know I made a joke about it on my fan cam, but I think that is probably the actual tactical reason why Vieira played Zaha up front. Because I joked around on my fan cam saying that we've invented a new position called the false 11, where you play Zaha up front, but he actually pulls out to the wings and plays out wide most of the game.
Yeah.
And I think that with what Richard said, when we tried to play around them, it actually worked. Because Zaha, instead of straight running towards the goal, he ran towards the corners. So Anderson played it down the channel. Zaha got the ball over top, and he was in. The only problem was no one was in the box
to head the ball in.
He was down there. So it was good in the sense of we had the break. It's just not good in the sense that we had no one to follow it up with.
I mean, I personally think for the next game, we should just keep him on the left. Look against the goals he scored against Watford.
Yeah, he hit the post. That's him. Playing him from the left.
Yeah, that's the Wolf we know, and that's where he needs to be played more consistently. And that a few players have been played out of position. Like I remember last season, or sometimes this season when he's come on Eze, he keeps playing them out wide, and that he needs to play him as a cam. Got to play his players in the position, and then they'll just shine for us. I think he's got to give them time in that.
Well, look, we're going to be going through a squad overhaul again next summer anyway, because there's a number of players out of contract. There's a number of players that have they've done as much for us as they can. Today was proof that the likes of Tomkins, Luca, their time is coming to an end. It's going to be hard to see them go because they've all played a massive part in us becoming an established Premier League team. I'm going to say that again for people in the back. An established Premier League team. And established Premier League teams don't get relegated if their chairman plays smart, which we've done the last 5 or 6 years. Because even though we haven't been spending a lot of money like your Seaweeds, Wolves and that, what have we done? What we've got, we've worked with. And what we're doing now, we're rebuilding a team from the core of what we've had. Because the nucleus of what got us promoted is still there in terms of when players come to this club, they learn very quickly, this club means a lot to the people that support it. We don't care if we get battered 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. If you put your heart and soul into that shirt, we're with you no matter how bad we get beat. It's when we see you lazing around the place, not remotely asked about putting in a shift. That's when we're like, you know what? Nah, this guy is not the one.
Oh, yeah,
You'll notice, some players are coming for big money. We haven't taken to them. Some players are coming for nothing. We've taken them to our hearts big time. Look at Speroni.
Oh, yeah.
His debut against Everton, Kevin Campbell. Everybody said, yeah, this guy won't last. How long was he here for? 15 odd years? Something like that?
Legend for
Palace, Now, obviously, that kind of longevity is rare in any player. But obviously, a goalkeeper is a different story. But look, as frustrating as it is that we're drawing so many games and we're becoming IKEA FC, how many of the draws that we've got this season would have been defeats last season? Because we don't come back from 2-0 down under Roy Hodgson at home to Leicester.
All of them.
Oh, seriously.
You see what I'm saying?
We don't draw to West Ham.
Sorry, 1 second. Tristan, are you in a cave or something? Because the only reason I can see you is because of the away kit.
No, it's just the light. I'll put my light on. I'll put my light on. Bear with me, yo.
If it wasn't his away kit, I wouldn't be able to see him, fam. You know that?
Listen, I wasn't going to ask, because I was thinking, like, Croydon Council are going through a few issues at the moment financially and stuff. I was wondering, like, they just shutting off lights one by one.
Nippin's not coming for people's electric as well now. Never mind their Wi-Fi.
Nippin from has got a new variant. Nippin from electricity. It's not Wi-Fi anymore.
Nippin Gen, not power gen. Nippin Gen.
Yeah, that's better.
There we go.
Oh my God.
There's the big guy. There's the big man. Yeah, but look, obviously, take it into isolation. Today isn't the ideal result. We didn't lose. Let me say that again. We didn't lose. And most home games this season, we've been competing from minute 1 to minute 90. The only times where we were comfortably outplayed, I reckon, was Aston Villa at home, where we just looked meh. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
Look, I'm not thrilled that we drew. I've already said this already. But if you'd have offered me a draw for this game and packed Watford on Wednesday night, I would have bitten your hand off. Because that win has made everybody forget that, we're in relegation trouble, we're getting relegated.
No,
shut up, man. Behave.
Yeah. Just picking up points, and we're also focusing on the FA Cup as well. I think Vieira's rotating the squad, hence to why he didn't play as many players going forward. Today he's saving them for the Stoke game because he knows we're more likely to beat Stoke than we are against Burnley. Do you know what I mean?
Brush. Oh my God.
Just saying, innit? What's this?
Oh.
I was reading the comment.
Oh my God. Luke, what you doing? What you saying, mate?
You're right, Nate. How are you?
I've been better, mate. I've been better, but I'm trying not to think about my personal situation.
Okay.
Look, you seen your Eagle Cam?
Yeah, I have. It was good. Yeah.
Big up for bringing Robert down as well, to be fair.
Yeah, you're welcome. No, Jordan, can I just say something?
What?
Uh-oh.
You look bigger on camera than you do.
Seriously? You're done. You're not coming back ever again.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Listen, yeah. Luke, I know you can hear us in the background. Yeah. I'm just saying, that I've made bare jokes. I've been saying I've got little legs, so I can't walk that fast. I've been saying I'm not very tall FC, and this man comes to me still. Nah.
You know what it is? Man didn't even have a chance.
Look who's in the building.
Palace Smurf is here.
Palace Smurf,
I just told him that Luke got permanently sin bin for that violation.
Wait.
Oh, bro.
And it's gone. It's gone. It's all gone. Are you going to redeem yourself, Luke? Are you going to redeem yourself?
Hello,
Put my hand for
Trust me.
You know what? You know what, Luke, I have to rate you though, because like you had to address the elephant in the room like, early doors. Like, no, wait, hold on a second.
No, you're getting simped as well. You're not trying to make. You're not gonna try and make no excuses for this guy. That was a violation of my human rights. Listen,
Oh my god.
Luke, are you gonna redeem yourself?
I'm gonna say that for banter week.
Oh,
Whenever banter week
let me
is,
try and set this.
or roast week. I'll save it for roast week.
Yo, who said we're doing another one?
Hold on. Burnley reaction. Oh, this is going to be the best bit. Sorry, JC.
Timestamp it, mate. Go on.
Banters. JC. That was about 29 minutes or so. Lovely. You were saying,
Rich, you don't have to hold that phone sometimes.
that's all right. It goes straight to my. I've got iCloud in that, so it just straight onto the laptop.
Apologise for everything. Okay.
Sorry, I'm back. Just had to brief Nikki on the situation and that, so that's why I was off camera.
That's cool.
Yeah,
We got Chris from Leicester Till I Die. That's 90 minutes of my life. He was doing the watch along with Dan. And it's like, you need to worry about your own team at this moment, mate.
I just watched the highlight. I just watched the highlights back. Even though I had a match reaction after the game, I just watched the highlights. And why do we give away too many silly errors? Like kick off, and then it's just I don't know. And then we pass it around too much. That's my only problem as well. It's just
Luke, I can tell you why, and I've told people this from the Watford game. It's called Charity Professional Football Club. You need to remember that because that's exactly what it is. That's why that happens.
And do you think? I think Will. Do you think Will's back to his best? Like, I think he's had one of his best weeks this season. Like against Watford, he was brilliant, and today he was pretty good as well.
Yeah, he was.
I think his finish
out today.
I think his finishing at home needs to be a lot better though compared to away. I don't know what it is, whether the pressure just gets to him because of that he's at home and that. I'm not sure. I think away from home he gets more space, hence to why he's been scoring more goals away from home this season. And that.
No, but you must remember. You must remember when it comes to Watford, he always turns up for this.
Yeah.
Need I remind you that Watford fan tweeted out, "Oh, Wilfred Zaha has only ever scored once against Watford in the Premier League." How did that work out for you, mate?
Make that free.
You understand? What was that? There's no Capu there to get away with absolute assault, so you can hold that.
Son, I won't forget.
But hey, do you know what? Before we continue, big up Roy Hodgson, yeah? This guy is now 4 unbeaten as a visiting manager to Old Trafford. 2 wins and 1 draw with Palace and draw with Watford.
He loves Old Trafford, yeah.
He does.
He knows how to grind results out from there.
And he's only got 1 defeat there as well. Do you know that?
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that. Blimey. Good
that was I think...
The 4-0 one. When
yep.
4-0.
His first season in charge.
Yeah, 27.
So then he's like, me? Lose at Old Trafford? Nah. Sit down, mate.
Yeah,
so he put Ollie in a split.
I don't know if this thing is true, but apparently that Roy was late to his after-match meeting because he went in the Palace changing room and was talking to the players. I don't know how true that is, but...
Well, it would make sense.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, the man did wonderful for us, even though towards the end, a lot of the fan base was sick of him. You know, like, let's be honest. Who else would get a last-minute winner away from home against the scum, totally against the run of play, and act as blasé as possible? Only Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Any
100%.
other manager would be gassed like hell.
Gaslight me
Roy
and my dad,
Hodgson.
you know, on the couch.
Oh, listen, the screams out of your dad were not human. I'm fairly certain
the whole camera was vibrating and
Nah,
everything.
literally, yeah, it's crazy,
Bro,
man.
it
Crazy,
went
man.
from 1080p to 144 real quick.
No, seriously.
Minecraft
Like,
settings.
Trust me.
honestly, man.
But look, let's be
Brings back
honest.
memories.
Chris says, must admit it was straight to see Slop hit the net and not stick it in Rosette. I guess we got better coaches, Chris.
Yeah.
Except, didn't he stick the ball in net against Leicester this season? So this is
yeah,
awkward.
he did. Yeah, he did. The 2-2.
Mm.
Yeah, he did. And I'll probably do it again when we play Leicester this season.
Know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ. I think he even celebrated as well. Sort of.
Big up Leo, one of the
Yes.
Botafogo fans. Big up, appreciate you coming in.
Vamos Botafogo all day, every day.
All day.
Hey, Rich, do you think why is it? This is the second game in a row that's happened now. Edouard, Tekers, and Mateta both on the bench. Second game in a row.
You're
Second
four
game
strikers
now.
on the bench.
Four. Why?
And Ayer as well. Yeah, don't forget him. Same thing happened
Do you know
against
why-
Chelsea. He didn't start any of them.
Do you know why? Do you know why is that, or is it just?
I have no Scooby, man.
Luke, Luke, I've got some breaking news for you. Rich isn't on Patrick Vieira's coaching staff. I'm pretty sure he won't know why
I
that
mean,
is.
it's probably a tactical sign from Vieira, to be fair. That's all I can think of that as, and you know what I mean? That's just my opinion, pretty much.
I would
Look.
probably say resting players for Tuesday in Edouard.
Yeah.
And I think... Oh, move. My phone's going off, man. What was I saying? Yeah, tactical
That was
move.
hey,
That's it.
JC. That was Nippon. Nippon's watching, you know.
Yeah, I think I said tactical. I'd say that Tuesday will most likely see Edouard, and I think that with Benteke, I think it's probably Vieira's sign of saying that he doesn't really want him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think
Can't even get a team.
Benteke we probably need. I think Benteke's space is probably going to be filled by Plange next season.
Because I'm so excited to see Luke Plange play for us because that double nutmeg for Derby was unreal. I was like, oh, okay, that's disgusting. He shouldn't be doing that. Now, he to be fair, he did fluff it up seconds later, but they conveniently didn't show that. But fair play to him, double nutmeg is still impressive.
Funny, yeah. Funny.
Nippon's checking for Sophie Rose right now. Trust me.
Oh yeah, the Chelsea situation. Regarding Chelsea, do you think this could impact Gallagher maybe coming to us maybe next year?
Because the people that will be running Chelsea while Abramovich has stepped away, they will still be looking at Conor Gallagher like any other player. If there's a place for him in their team, he'll stay. If there's a chance for him to go back out on loan, he'll be back out on loan. It all depends on how Chelsea plan to go ahead next season. But you know what? He's still here with us for the moment, so let's just enjoy him while he's here at the moment. Don't worry about Chelsea. Worry about Crystal Palace. We're not Chelsea fans, we're Crystal Palace fans.
Yeah.
It's a valid argument, Luke. I know what you're saying, but you know, always try to look at it from our perspective. Look, if Gallagher comes back next season on another loan, sweet as, because giving him more time.
But I'm looking at it as more the financial thing. Because if Chelsea go all of a sudden bust, or not bust, but somehow
they won't go bust.
There's rumours that
and then
the club Roman like £1 billion or something.
Well, he hasn't. Well, the thing is, he hasn't put the club up for sale, so he's not looking to sell the club. So he still owns the club and will continue to own the club. He's just not going to be actively involved.
Yeah.
So the same way that he's got Maria Granaskia on the football side of things, he's pretty much just going to be he's just going to be taking a step back because obviously it's well known that he's a big fan of Big Vladdy Daddy. So we have to admit that. Bear in mind, Abramovich can't get back into the UK. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Yeah, so it makes sense for him to step away from Chelsea and say, listen, I'm still owning the club, but I'm leaving it in the trust of people who know what I want the club to do. Because he hasn't invested the money he has to all of a sudden go, oh, well, the government telling me I have to get out, so Chelsea are left broke. Since he's been there, Chelsea have become a monopoly of money. They don't worry about, he doesn't really need to invest. He just chooses to because he actually has a passion for the club.
Yeah.
And let's be factual, if he bought us in 2003, and because we're not an offensive club and we're not as high profile a club as Chelsea, I don't think there'd be this much scrutiny if we were in this situation. But look, like I said, we're not Chelsea fans. If Chelsea do go bust, that's probably down to piss poor financial management. But they can't afford to do that because FFP will financially murder them if they run into oblivion. You know, we all know FFP is a joke for the big boys, but at the end of the day, you have to abide by it. That's why even Manchester City have been told, listen, no more financial doping. Because that's what everyone's afraid of. Even Newcastle, for Christ's sake. Newcastle can't buy a team of world stars in the summer and become amazing. It doesn't work like that. They've still got to convince someone, and I mean anyone, to pay money for Dwight Gale. How we swindled them for the money we did is beyond me. But it was a masterstroke of business.
He got realist every time. It's mad how Watford have nicked 4 points from you this season, by the way. But I'll be watching. I'll look. I think he had a watch along, didn't you? So I'll definitely tune into that in a minute. 100%.
I think the only thing that will probably affect Chelsea is how they're changing the loan system next year. How they can't just send a million kids out at once. So maybe if they fill up their loan quota, maybe they can't loan up Gallagher. Maybe they might have to sell him. You just don't know.
Again, it all depends on how Chelsea approach this situation. But like I said, this is not eagle-eyed Chelsea. This is eagle-eyed football. We're not Chelsea fans. If we were, people would be looking at Rich like he's had a stroke because apparently all Chelsea fans don't like people of a certain skin colour, which baffles me because I'm thinking Claude Makelele, Didier Drogba, Florent Malouda, Ashley Cole, N'Golo Kante, Edouard Mendy. You know, I don't generalise all Chelsea fans for the record. I know that not all Chelsea fans are racist, but there'd be a few people looking. What was this? Robot. Alright, big up Realist. He can make any bad Man United result 100% better for himself, man. Realist, we love you, bro.
So I'm guessing Ronaldo had an absolute stinker.
Oh, he's been atrocious recently, 4 months.
Yes, he did. He had a stinker today.
We all know he chose the wrong Manchester club because of pressure. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Because if Ronaldo goes to Pep and City, it's over. There would be no title race.
Imagine Ronaldo at Man City, blimey.
That would just be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, literally.
It's the 90th minute of the Manchester derby. The ball swung in from Bernardo Silva. It's Ronaldo! Bangs it in the Stretford end. The fume. And the pink gammon-faced old men from Manchester going apeshit. It's just mwah. And then there's Roy Keane with his sour jaw going, I don't think he should have stayed for Manchester City. I don't think he should have done that.
Yeah, that was a funny day on the group chat when man requested to join the live. Oh.
Realist is going to be pissed. Oh, man. Let's hit player ratings then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go.
If it was first half, there'll be a lot of nines because it was a very professional performance. Second half, a lot of fours. Well, let's see if we can balance this out. Let's start. JC, Butland.
Well, this guy, I'll say this. There was many times in this match today where he was aiming for, when he kicked it out, he was aiming for Elise. And he kicked it straight down the middle of the pitch. I think that save he made from the corner was pretty good. Yeah, I think the save was pretty good. I think he actually commanded his box pretty well. He came out and grabbed a couple of the crosses which got put in.
Yeah.
He decently comfortable on the ball when passing it between Anderson and Gay. I'll give him a 7. I think a 7's a good result.
Nate Kleiny.
Natty Glenn settings, he didn't really put much of a foot wrong. He was unlucky not to score. It's nice to have a right back that can actually run, because I could have sworn Joel Ward is Dele Alli's long lost cousin and his part Nigerian who can't run. Because mate, Ward's been having shockers all season. Shout out Expressions for that one, because Expressions had me in tears with that remark about Dele Alli. No, but to be fair to Klein, right? As much as some people are saying, why do we bring Klein back? He's not getting in the team. You like him now in the team, innit? The same people bitching at the team, people liking him now, innit? Funny that. Klein, I'm gonna give him a 6.5. Didn't really put a foot wrong. Can't really pinpoint any area where he was sus. But if I go any higher than a 7, I'm smoking butchu. Banton, as Expressions would say. So yeah, 6.5.
Luke Anderson.
Ooh. There's some areas of the game.
Sorry, Luke. Just quickly, has anybody heard from No Context Humour Steve? Because I think he must have jizzed himself when Leeds got pumped today. Because I know, in fact, he was on their result like a fly on the rest. Sorry, Luke, I don't mean to cut you off, but mate, seeing Leeds get slapped by 10 goals in a couple of days is like,
It's mad, isn't it?
I'm thinking, you mean to tell me we lost to this mob?
Going down.
I said, wait. We lost to this mob 1-0 at Ellen Road, and they've just conceded 10 goals in 2 games.
And Nicky got rinsed for it as
irritating.
well.
Oh my god.
What's that?
And Nicky got rinsed for that stream.
Oh
as well,
yeah,
didn't
he got clipped as well. That was hilarious. Sorry, Luke. Go ahead, Anderson. Sorry, Luke.
There's some improvement that he needs to work on these games, like probably aerial battles need to improve, but his passing is phenomenal. Like you've seen a few passes that he played to Schlupp or to Elise. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I think he was solid with his passing.
Okay.
Mark Gay, Tristan.
Mark Gay, I mean, didn't really do anything wrong. Again, he was composed. There was a period where I think he went down injured, and I was a bit worried that we were going to have to take him off. But he got on with the game. He was very solid. So yeah, I would give him a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, he's been very impressive this season. He's always consistent, and he does the dirty work and always puts in hard work and that literally. So I rate him. He had a decent game in my opinion. Nice and solid.
Mitch. Just solid game, really. I think Aaron Lennon got 1 crossing. That was about. He had. In fact.
Stop,
you know. Yeah, I think Rich knows.
Oh man. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I'll say that. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you should know. But I'm not going to tell you.
TM, I was giving him a solid 9. He didn't put a foot wrong at all today. To be fair. Yeah, Nate, you got that message. To be fair, after this, we'll be wrapping up anyway.
Yeah. No, just because I've got to jump out, so that's why I had to let y'all know.
No problem. Jordan, Luca.
He had a surprisingly good game compared to what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to drop a clanger, but to be fair to him, he did what he needed to do. He broke up play. He was actually doing 1-2 touch passing. Probably the only issue you could say with his game today that he didn't look up when going forward. He didn't look for forward passes very much, but
especially when Wilfred, like Elisa, were free on the wing.
He took
forever to pass.
There was one point where he picked up the ball from Anderson, turned around, saw Wilf free in the channel, and still proceeded to pass it to Klein. But I think you can't blame him for the own goal because he tried to he tried to block the cross, and that's something that wasn't done by the fullback. So he had to fill in there. But that could have gone anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him a 6. I think he did a solid performance for not playing any Premier League football for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point. Nate.
MacArthur and Gallagher.
MacArthur wasn't Maka was superb too. Yeah, Maka.
Well, to be honest, it's James MacArthur, so he's more or less copy and paste. I don't recall him ever having a bad game, and if he has, it must have been donkeys years ago. Now, don't get me wrong, he is coming back off injury, so you could expect a bit of ring rust and what have you, but 7, Maka didn't really put a foot wrong. Obviously, it was nice of him when he came on against Watford to tell Mark Quay, "No, keep the armband," because Quay was doing a phenomenal job in the Watford game. But it's MacArthur. He's reliable, he's dependable, and more importantly, he has a football brain, which we can't say for some of the other players in our team, because headless chicken FC at times last couple of years. Not this season or last season, but there's been a couple of headless chickens over the years. Zeki Fryer's looking at you.
We don't speak about them times.
Now I know why Tottenham were so happy to let him go. Now it all makes sense.
100%.
It really does.
Daniel Levy saw that pound note and said, "What's that? You want to pay me to take Zeki Fryer's? Oh, Crystal Palace, I will happily take that money off you, no problem."
He probably drove him to sell us himself.
100%.
Forgot he even played for the club.
He's only had one notable contribution, and that was, I think, for the equaliser against Sunderland when Benteke scored the winner. That shows you how bad he was.
Oh, God.
That is real bad. Which brings us up to Gallagher. Luke.
He was very, very good today. His pressure on the defence was really good. Did you recognise how much pressure he was putting on the back line? He was like mostly our forward player most of the time. He was mostly playing up front. He could have got he had a few chances where he could nick the ball and scored. But he was all over the pitch. So I'm going to give him an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Tris. Which one of the front 3?
I could do that.
Shut up.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a solid 7. He scored a brilliant goal, lovely finish, bottom left-hand corner, good ball from Elise. But Shut overall, he did all right in the first half, was just getting forward and pressing well up, against Burnley and that. So, that's pretty good for him. But in the second half, he sort of faded away, was a bit quiet. I thought his first touch and his final thirds with passing was really poor at times and a bit inconsistent. He was substituted as well. So he just needs to, I think, just be more, just better moving the ball and passing and that, But I think he didn't have that bad of a game, but he needs to improve a lot more in his game, and that's what I would say.
For sure. I'll take Elise then. Very good first half. Started the second half, we didn't really see much of him, but that's just because we just wasn't playing well. Then once he got back on the ball again, he was brilliant. Another great assist, by the way. His ability to roll the ball under his foot, it's like Mahrez.
Yeah, it
when he
is.
wants to change direction. Just rolls it under his foot with such ease as well.
Must be an Algerian thing.
The Algerian chemistry. Literally, honestly.
So
to see why he's picked Algeria.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, definitely.
Who wants to take Wilf?
I'll touch one more thing on Elise. After his assist today, he's the player in the Premier League the under 21 Premier League player with the most assists.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pretty good
going.
And his price tag was a cool, undeserved, unrealistic 8 million Raheem Sterling.
It's going to be hard to keep hold of in the summer. That's my worry. Honestly.
Not necessarily, because if people don't pay the money we want, we can tell them, "Nah, mate, you're okay."
There is. Yeah,
That's the beauty of it. If somebody were to offer us 70, 80 million, yeah, I can live with that because that's a hell of a profit on a player that we signed for peanuts.
Oh, definitely.
If somebody says to us, "Oh yeah, we'll take Elise for 30 million," there's the door, mate. On you go.
Exactly. For me, I would
And
say
that's me,
70 as
and
well.
that's the polite South London response. I'm not gonna go the ugly South London response. You know them ones. But now listen, Tristan, what have we told you about swearing on this channel?
Whoa,
Come on now.
No, I didn't say
Debut,
anything.
mate.
I didn't say nothing. Just, you know. Yeah,
We don't say that. We don't say that word on here.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I was joking, man. Dora.
I know. It's all good, mate. It's all
I ain't
good.
trying
It's
to
all
get
good.
Simbin.
No, well, look, Luke was the master of getting sin bin so far, so I think you've got some way to catch up.
You don't speak about them ones.
Yeah. Plus, when it comes to the real swear word, Statman Dan is infinitely clear of the rest of us, so none of us are sweating it anymore. That's why he got to a prison sentence in Brazil. Man had to flee the country. He's like, I can't live like this. Sorry, Statman Dan, I love you dearly, mate, but you know what it is. If you fly halfway across the world, you're trying to flee the country because you don't want to go into seaweed jail.
Oh god. Seaweed.
Who's taking Wilf then?
I'll take him.
Go on, Luke.
Wilf is a bit taller than Jordan.
Yeah, you got that spot.
All right, let's get this wrapped quickly, folks.
I think Wilf, he could have done a lot better in these.
I'm sorry, God, someone.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, fuck!
That's probably your best comment ever. Like, how you just come and introduce yourself and say, "Listen, I thought you were big."
Trust me, man came straight for smoke. Instantly. And Luke, I don't get it. I was nice to you. I was so nice to you.
You know what it is? I think Luke took off at Sainsbury's and picked up hella corn, bro. Man went to Sainsbury's and picked up some corn. You know them ones.
Oh,
Green Giant FC, bro. Green Giant settings. Ho ho ho! Green Giant.
Wilf was good at his ability of just dribbling past a few players today. In previous games where he didn't really do much, but I feel he had more of an impact in the game today. So he could have had shots on target a bit more, but his shots was off target most of the time today. So I'm going to give Wilf a 7. So, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Mateta, and then it's
I'll do Mateta.
and that's it, I think.
Yeah. I think Mateta's hold-up play when he came on was pretty good. His control of the ball was pretty solid. So, I mean, he didn't really have much time. He didn't really. I think there was a couple balls in the box that we were sort of like they were played in front of him, but just they whizzed past him quite quick, and that he wasn't able to get a touch or like make contact with his head or head him in the net. You know what I mean? So, I'll be honest. I'll give him like a 5.5. He didn't do that bad when he came on. Just needed a bit more better surface, in my opinion, when he came on as a sub.
Such a low rating. Sean's going to be watching out for you, Tristan.
Yeah, but he came on as a sub though. He didn't play like a whole 90 minutes. So.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Mateta is Sean's guy. If you give him a low rating, he will look for you.
James's guy.
I'm ready.
And Sean's.
I'm ready.
Is it?
Are you mad?
Who's taking Checky then?
I'll take Checky. I'll take Checky. Oh, it's like you forgot about Dre. Tristan, that's not good. Not good. Nah, with Kiyate, yeah, he's that good that when you don't play it, when you don't notice him and he has a good game, that's what you're expecting of him because he's not meant to be. It's like a lot of like Anderson, Kiyate, they play better when you don't notice they're there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're trying to actively scrutinize everything they do, you're going to see them make a mistake. And you're like, oh, there we go. There's the Joachim Andersen we remember. It's like, no. Kouyaté wasn't anything special, wasn't terrible. He had a very Checo Kouyaté game. Not terrible, not brilliant. Just what you expect from him.
Standard.
He controlled, standard procedure. So a 6, and if that's the end of it, we'll wrap up. We'll give the lads a chance to shout themselves out. And then we move on to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Sorry, what was that? Did I just say something that has never happened before? 5th round of the FA Cup?
Uncharted territories, mate.
Wait, 1 second. Oh, I thought I had a nosebleed there for a second.
You're not Joe Ward, mate. Don't worry.
He only gets that when he goes past the 18-yard line. Don't worry about it. So, Tristan, Luke, give yourselves a shout out before we wrap up.
Luke,
Wait.
Oh,
Luke's done himself.
Oh, he's gone. Oh.
Nipping.
Alright,
Nipping.
Make sure you go and subscribe to my channel. Got my vlog coming up tonight. Crystal Palace Burnley. It's going to be a smashing vlog. Yeah, even though we drew, but hey, my vlogs are always good. So make sure you go and subscribe. Road to 2K. Also going to be at the Stoke game as well. Looking forward to it. And we're going to go to Wembley. Fingers crossed.
100%, mate. 100%.
Nate.
It's your boy, always eagle-eyed Nate. Always here. Always talking ish. That's coming back fairly soon. We look forward to the FA Cup 5th round. My God, I can't believe that came out of my mouth, and I'm actually saying it convincingly. More importantly, though, guys, thank you very much for watching. It is what it is. Not a great result, not a terrible result, just standard IKEA FC. IKEA FC! We love our draws, IKEA FC. We love our draws.
Yeah.
100%.
Seriously.
I'll keep it short. The Twitter at is what it is, and I've done some presenting myself. I'm going to now stand on the step now when I'm interviewing people, because during some of those interviews I did look a bit mad. So. We'll just leave that one there.
Oh my Lord!
What a day! What a day!
Jason, did you say you're going to keep it short?
Yes, I did.
Oh man!
I am short.
Oh,
I'm barely pushing
Stone
5'4".
Cold Stunner!
I'm barely pushing
Yeah,
5'4". Yeah? Barely pushing 5'4". That's it.
Somebody play Stone Cold's music right now. That was the Stone Cold Stunner right there.
I'll make sure I get it set up.
Austin 316 said, I just whooped your ass. We had Booker T on Watford. Now Stone Cold Sean Austin today. Oh my Lord! Let me guess. We're gonna have Shawn Michaels on with Stoke now probably.
He's short.
Listen, everybody, thank you for watching. It's as always, it's eagle-eyed football, and we're out. Only one thing left to say. That's up the Palace.
Up the Palace, man. Come on.
Up my height.
I said, man's not sure.